Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about what I believe hopefully will be the last pen. I don't think I have any more coming for 2022. And this is the Hardy Penwrights model or style 10T Traveler. I think this is one of their regular full-size models, but they have a variety of different other models, companion, retro. The reason I like this model is because of the roll stop. But before we get into the pen, it does come and is accompanied by a nice little welcoming kit, pamphlet kind of stuff. It has, a nice little Hardy sticker. It's their logo. It does come with a nice, pocket book, which I'm assuming is ink-friendly paper as well. And then a nice little postcard like, Hardy Penwright ink. There's the website, hardypens.com. It's kind of cool. It's got a nice little breakdown cap, clip, finial, nib, sections for those that want to know the parts of a pen. And then in this particular instance, they're breaking down the nib, section, body cap, logo, roll stop, and then the production year, which is this year, and signed by Mr. Hardy himself, Greg. So it's kind of nice. Gives you a little breakdown. Again, Yovo number 6 nib. And then also just a nice personal touch, which is kind of nice as well too. Is just, nice to, hey, thanks for the order kind of stuff. And hopefully, a little inspiration from the pen to write every day. Best regards, Greg. So it's kind of nice to get a nice little personalized touch with it and some accompanying material to kind of use if you want to use it, and have it in the pocket or whatnot. So these two things are the only thing that come actually inside the box when you get the nicely wrapped package. But the pen itself, it's just a nice slider box, so it's kind of cool. The pen itself, as I mentioned, is in the primary manipulation 4. And like I said, the reason I like this particular model is I like the roll stop onto this one. Just gives it a nice, in my opinion, nice, elegant touch to the pen itself. And you can say nice roll stop just gives it a nice little thing, even though this is a flat surface, if you're looking to do, does its job and stops the pen from rolling. The pen itself, just, standard finial, slight curvature or, pops out a little bit. It's not really pointy in any form or fashion, but it does have a rounded finial. The cap itself, fairly straight, has a little bulge in the center here and then narrows and tapers itself back down. And then a small step down to the actual barrel where it's hard to see, but at least to my eye, it looks like a slight incline and then down and tapers down into the finial. And again, another flat bottom. So nothing too dramatic as far as, undulations in the pen and its body. It's just a nice, smooth body. And I love the manipulation or primary manipulation from Jonathan Brooks. I do enjoy that it has a little bit more yellow in it, which is kind of been a little bit of a kick of mine, is to get into some pens with some yellow into for some reason. So who knows? Just standard twist off. The threads are not sharp at all, quite smooth. The grip section does not have a flare. So you can see here it doesn't have really a flare. So as you're gripping it down, isn't going to be an issue, at least for me. It's not. My hand doesn't reach the threads in any form or fashion unless I kind of push it back with my index finger a little bit. But in general, I'm typically in the midways of a grip section when I'm holding it. I'm not, too far back. Though actually, this one has a nice feel when you're holding it back a little bit. So you could do that if you wanted to. And again, the threads are not sharp in any form or fashion. The pen does not post. I mean, you could kind of do it this way, but I wouldn't. It's very loose, so it's not something you can post. It has just a standard Yovo nib, and it may be a little hard to see, but they do have their logo on the nib as well underneath the breather hole. It is a cartridge converter pen, so just use a standard international, just a standard cartridge. This is a non-branded, most likely a Schmidt converter. And you could, probably just use standard international cartridges with this as well. Pressure fit. There are no metal pieces to this. So if you wanted to, you could probably silicone grease this a little bit and even probably put maybe like an O-ring there if you really wanted to, and eyedropper this pen to some degree. You wouldn't be able to see any of the ink or anything like that because it's not clear or even translucent in any form or fashion, so might not be worth it. Just stick with a converter and go that route, and just a plastic feed inside of there. I did get this in more of a broad. I've got tons of medium, so I thought I'd kind of switch it up a little bit and go with a broad. I don't know if I'm ready for stubs or anything of that nature just yet. I don't really have a day-to-day usage for those, so excuse me, I'm just kind of sticking with mediums. I want my pens to have to see the ink color, so I think going down to things like fine or extra fine just really aren't my cup of tea. I guess in some cases it might be necessary for a larger nib, like a size 8, which is typically, the trend right now. I have a medium right now in one of them, which is just my dip pen, which is the titanium Bach. And it's just, even though it's a number 8, the medium just seems still a little too fine for me. So I'm thinking of going with a broad if I do get another number 8, just to kind of see what that looks like. I use that for like ink samples and things of that nature. So a quick little writing sample of this pen. I mean, it's a standard Yovo, so I think everyone understands, it's going to be fairly similar to any other Yovo. They're pretty standard. I tend to navigate towards Yovo nibs instead of Bach. I find that the level of consistency is better. This is Krishna Inks in their Peacock Urban line. They haven't come out with another color underneath their Urban line, so I'm not sure if this is the one and done kind of thing, but I hope they do come out with other ones because I do enjoy this bottle. It's kind of nice. And it's just a normal blue. As you can see here, it's got a little bit of brightness to it, but nothing too crazy. I'm not going to fill this pen up. I'm just going to dip it for right now and get a quick little writing sample going. So this is the Hardy Penwright. It's style. I want to make sure I do this correctly for Style 10T Traveler. This is a Yovo number 6 in a broad stainless steel nib. And again, it's smooth, lays down a nice line, no hard starts except for obviously when I first got here, but this was the first dip into it. And your standard line. Jumps over the lazy dog. And again, it's nice lines. You could put a little bit of pressure onto there and get a bigger line, but again, this is a broad nib, so I don't think you're going to need to worry about doing that too much with it. Cross lines are pretty standard. Downstrokes, no big deal. Cross line, downstrokes. Even though it's a broad, I feel it feels like a little bit thinner going right to left versus up and down, but it could just be a slight perception of it. So this is the Hardy Penwright Model T pen, and it's called the Traveler. If you guys like the roll stop, like the look of the pen, it's definitely one checking out. I did see it on another one of my followers and Instagram, so I kind of really liked the look of it, so I ended up pulling the trigger before the end of the year on it. So again, thanks very much, guys. Have a wonderful holiday season, and hopefully 2022 has been good for you from a writing perspective and from your collection perspective. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Bye.